The Congo Century, How the Alliance Between America, Congo, and Israel Could Reshape the Future of Humanity. I am Joseph Habimana Ngoma. Good day, everyone. Before you read this book, I want the world to understand that the suffering of the Democratic Republic of Congo did not happen by accident. For more than 30 years, millions of Congolese people have suffered, died, been displaced, and lived under fear because of wars connected to power, greed, foreign interests, and the struggle for Congo's minerals. Congo is one of the richest nations on earth in natural resources, yet many of its people have lived in poverty, insecurity, and pain. The world must ask an honest question: who has benefited from Congo's suffering? Congo's minerals have helped build wealth, technology, industries, and economies around the world. Cobalt, copper, coltan, gold, lithium, and other resources from Congolese soil have powered phones, computers, electric cars, military systems, and global markets. Yet while other nations and companies have become powerful through these resources, many Congolese communities have been left with graves, hunger, displacement, and broken families. In my view, the suffering of Congo has been supported by a network of foreign interests, regional powers, corrupt systems, armed groups, and international silence. Many Congolese believe that Rwanda's leadership under Paul Kagame has played a major role in the instability of eastern Congo, especially through support for armed groups. Others also point to powerful countries, companies, and foreign markets that have benefited from Congo's minerals while failing to protect Congolese lives. This book is written so people can understand that Congo's crisis is not only an African problem. It is a global problem. It is connected to minerals, money, power, technology, and international politics. But Congo must not remain only a place where others come to take. Congo must become a nation that builds, produces, protects its people, and benefits from its own wealth. That is why the mineral agreement between the Democratic Republic of Congo and the United States must be understood as more than a peace agreement. If it is done with justice, transparency, and respect for the Congolese people, it can become a path toward development, security, jobs, industry, infrastructure, and national transformation. Congo does not need another generation of exploitation. Congo needs peace with development. Congo needs partnerships that protect its people and allow the nation to rise. This book defines the long future of Grand Lake. The world must know the truth: the blood of Congo is connected to the wealth of the world. And the future of Congo must no longer be written by those who benefit from its suffering, but by the Congolese people themselves. Today, I want to ask you a question that may completely change the way you see the future of our world. What if one nation holds the key to the future of artificial intelligence, electric vehicles, renewable energy, advanced manufacturing, aerospace, and the next technological revolution? What if I told you that this nation has been overlooked for decades? What if I told you that while the world has benefited from its extraordinary wealth, millions of its people have remained poor? That nation is the Democratic Republic of Congo. For decades, when people have heard the word Congo, many have thought about war, poverty, conflict, corruption, and humanitarian crises. Those challenges are real. But they are not the whole story. Hidden beneath Congo's soil lies one of the greatest concentrations of strategic minerals on Earth. These minerals power your smartphone. They power your laptop. They power electric vehicles. They power renewable energy. They support artificial intelligence. They are used in satellites. They are used in defense technologies. They are used in medical equipment. In many ways, the future of modern civilization already depends on Congo. Yet here is the great paradox. The world has benefited from Congo's wealth. But Congo has not fully benefited from its own wealth. This book asks a simple but powerful question. What if that changed? What if Congo became more than a supplier of raw materials? What if it became a center of manufacturing? A center of scientific research? A center of artificial intelligence? A center of innovation? A center of education. A center of entrepreneurship. A center of global partnerships. That is the vision behind the Congo Century. This is not simply a book about Africa. It is not simply a book about politics. It is not simply a book about economics. It is a book about the future of humanity. Inside this book, I explore why the 21st century may become the century of Congo. I explain how the fourth industrial revolution is changing the world. How artificial intelligence is transforming every industry. Why critical minerals have become the new foundation of global power. How manufacturing creates prosperity. Why education is the greatest investment a nation can make. Why science and technology parks matter. Why entrepreneurship changes nations. Why special economic zones accelerate development. Why transparency builds trust. Why innovation creates opportunity. And why international cooperation is no longer optional, it is essential. One of the central ideas in this book is a strategic alliance between the United States, the Democratic Republic of Congo, and Israel. Why these three nations? Because each possesses extraordinary strengths. America brings technology, investment, research, world-class universities, and industrial leadership. Israel brings innovation, agriculture, cybersecurity, water technology, medicine, and one of the world's greatest entrepreneurial cultures. Congo brings the strategic minerals, abundant fresh water, renewable energy, fertile land, and one of the youngest populations on Earth. Imagine these strengths working together. Imagine universities collaborating. Imagine scientists discovering. Imagine entrepreneurs building. Imagine manufacturers producing. Imagine young people creating technologies instead of only consuming them. Imagine Congo becoming one of the world's leading innovation economies. That is not fantasy. It is a possibility. But possibilities only become reality when people have vision. Throughout history, great civilizations were built by people who saw what others could not see. Before airplanes existed, someone believed people could fly. Before computers existed, someone believed machines could calculate. Before the internet connected the world, someone imagined it. Every great achievement begins with vision. This book is a vision. Not only for Congo. Not only for Africa. But for humanity. I also wrote this book because I believe that natural resources alone never make a nation great. People do. Education does. Integrity does. Leadership does. Innovation does. Entrepreneurship does. Scientific discovery does. The greatest resource of any nation is not beneath the ground. It is inside the human mind. That is why this book dedicates entire chapters to preparing the next generation. Because the future belongs to educated minds. Creative minds. Disciplined minds. Visionary minds. If Congo educates its children, builds world-class universities, invests in research, encourages entrepreneurship, develops manufacturing, and strengthens its institutions, there is no limit to what it can become. The Congo Century is not about replacing one global power with another. It is about showing that a nation can transform itself through wisdom, cooperation, and innovation. It is about replacing dependency with partnership. Extraction with manufacturing. Conflict with cooperation. Poverty with opportunity. Despair with hope. Throughout this book, I challenge governments, investors, universities, entrepreneurs, scientists, engineers, and young people to think beyond today. To think beyond elections. Beyond politics. Beyond temporary profits. To think in generations. To think in centuries. Because the greatest leaders do not simply solve today's problems. They prepare tomorrow's opportunities. As someone who was born in the Democratic Republic of Congo, lived through war, spent many years as a refugee, and later built a new life in the United States, I understand both suffering and hope. I know what it means to lose. but I also know what it means to dream. This book was born from that dream. A dream that one nation can rise. A dream that Africa can become one of the greatest centers of innovation in the world. A dream that international cooperation can replace exploitation. A dream that young people can become scientists instead of victims. Entrepreneurs instead of spectators. Builders instead of complainers. Leaders instead of followers. If you are an investor, this book will help you understand why Congo may become one of the greatest investment opportunities of the 21st century. If you are a student, it will challenge you to prepare for the future instead of fearing it. If you are a leader, it will challenge you to think beyond your own generation. If you are an entrepreneur, it will help you see opportunities where others see obstacles. If you are a policymaker, it offers a long-term vision for sustainable national development. And if you simply care about the future of our world, this book will show you why the future of Congo is connected to the future of humanity. The Congo Century is not simply a title. It is an invitation. An invitation to dream bigger. To think differently. To believe that history is not finished. The next great chapter of humanity has not yet been written. Perhaps it will begin in a classroom in Kinshasa. Perhaps in a laboratory in Lubumbashi. Perhaps in a startup founded by a young Congolese entrepreneur. Perhaps in a partnership between nations that choose cooperation over competition. History is still being written. The question is, who will write the next chapter? I believe the Democratic Republic of Congo has the opportunity to become one of the greatest success stories of the 21st century. And I invite you to discover that vision in the Congo Century. Thank you, and may God bless you. Get your copy today, and join the conversation about one of the most important opportunities of our generation. You can find all these books on Amazon, Draft 2 Digital, D2D, Google Play Books, bookshop.org. Available globally, on all major platforms. If this message blesses you, share it. Recommend it to your family, your friends, your church, your community. Because knowledge changes lives, and truth sets people free. Order today. Read. Rise.